Let me walk you through how Jayden lost over 11 kg in his first 90 days as a complete beginner. I'll walk you through all the key areas that we tapped into to ensure Jayden made this whole transformation. Without further ado, let's do this. And let's start off with his starting point. So, where did Jayden actually start? What did his lifestyle look like? What did he look like as a whole? So this is Jayden's starting physique when he joined the Resurgence Promise, which is my one-to-one coaching program. And he started at 105 kg. He started as a complete beginner to just the gym plus just fitness and nutrition, etc., all these things as a whole. And he had literally absolutely no idea where to start. Jayden's a mechanic, young lad, again, grew up in the West Lothian area and found themselves just falling off track when it came to his physique. But again, it came across myself, and this is the journey that we went through. So far, he's only 90 days in, which is 3 months, which is an absolute joke. So 90 days into his journey, where does he lie? Well, this is his physique. This is absolutely life changing, and I'm seeing this just in as I see him, when I see him around the gym, when I see him in our one-to-one sessions, just oh my lord, you can just see he's changed as an individual, as you can see physically also. So where is Jayden as of right now? We're not done yet. We're only 90 days into this journey. The Resurgence Promise is planned for 6 months and beyond. So just wait until we see how we go with that. So Jayden's got to the point where he's 93.7 kilos, which is over 11 kg down. He's becoming more knowledgeable and within his training and his nutrition, and he's never felt better in his own skin. And you don't understand how refreshing that is for me to see one of my own guys just completely change his life from reshaping his body within the first 90 days. And we're not even done yet, which is so exciting. And just so you know, if you're feeling a bit disheartened so far, again, I've got something at the end for you, but you know you can do this also. So, what did Jayden, but how did Jayden make such good progress in the 90 days? Well, let me walk you through it. We're going to tap into all aspects essentially and break it down and just give you an example of what he done. So, number one is nutrition. I'm starting off with nutrition because nutrition is the absolute heart of Jayden's progress as a whole. So first of all, Jayden made something, or was done such a great job at creating something called a repeatable system. So Jayden did not just eat better, he built a system, a way of eating he could rely on every single day without overthinking it. Inside the Resurgence Promise, we call this a repeatable system. Instead of changing meals all the time, he found a handful of meals he genuinely enjoys. He knew how to stay in control with his calories, and he made sure every meal was high in protein. What that means is minimal thinking, minimal stress. And this is what they looked like. So for Jayden, on a consistent basis, he found himself having a flavoursome chicken and rice. He also found himself to get the extra protein in without costing so much calories. Just these simple shakes that were cheap, effective, and so easy for Jayden. Also in his mornings, he found a way to just have some berries and some yogurt. Okay, in the odd time that I don't have a photo of, he'd have some just toast and eggs. As you can see here, when he's feeling a bit peckish or has a bit of a sweet tooth, he goes towards the yogurt, berries, and honey, which is absolutely perfect. So what that meant for the outcome was consistency became easy, so easy. There was no falling off because there was nothing extreme to fall off from. Create this repeatable system, and it's worked so well. So he also could track and adjust without confusion, and tracking as in he could literally take photos, and that was just simple because that's what we do within the Resurgence Promise. And as you can see from the photos previously, his body responded fast. So when you repeat the same proven structure day to day, your body finally gets what it needs. Fat drops, muscle builds, confidence grows, progress accelerates. And Jayden is a walking example of that. That's how he's dropped just over 11 kg in his first 90 days. Not a diet, a system he can sustain for the rest of his life, which is so exciting. Just so you know, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I gave him a magic pill. His nutrition has been amazing, like honestly amazing. We've done such a good job at just critiquing things to make sure that this is giving him the result that you have seen in the photos. But honestly, his nutrition has been the absolute heart of his result, and I'm not going to sit here and say I give him a magic pill, took him for his training, done all these special movements. Not the case. we structured his nutrition correctly. Right, moving into the second point, simple daily moving. So, as you can see here, Jayden done a great job of averaging 10,000 to 12,000 steps every single day. And let's explain how we done this. So, Jayden didn't need hours of walking every day. He just needed to move more than he used to. As a mechanic, he was already on his feet a lot. So, we simply made that a strength, instead of ignoring it. More movement built into the day, not added on top of it. If the shops were 2 minutes by car, he walked 15 minutes instead. Just small things like that. I remember one time Jayden was like, right, yeah, I need to go to the shops after this. I'm going to walk up and just come back and get my car. Small things like that got him this result. Most people wouldn't want to do that. Nah, we'll just leave it. That's why people stay the same and don't change. But Jayden made those small sacrifices, which we're going to explain in a minute. So those extreme extra steps, created a bigger energy deficit. The body literally had no choice but to tap into his stored fat. That is fat loss. Some days he did add walks, but only when he needed to. No pressure, no 10,000 steps or failure rule, just a mission to move more than yesterday. Small movement decisions repeated daily. That's how progress gets faster without extra gym hours. And because of this, Jayden averaged 10 to 12,000 steps per day with ease, which meant an even bigger calorie deficit, forcing the body to tap into stored fat energy stores, aka burning body fat every single day. So let's reiterate. So far, Jayden's done a great job at putting his nutrition in an amazing place. To compound on top of that, he made these small sacrifices every single day when it came to his movement to increase that deficit and see massive change within it. So that's what we've got so far. Right, moving into point number three, training for muscle growth. So, Jayden undergoes one session with myself every single week with the Resurgence Promise, plus he's got his own sessions tailored to him with the Resurgence Promise program structure. So, this is not where the fat loss happened. You need to understand, I'm not standing here giving Jayden a magic pill, put him for exercises that shaved fat off his belly. It's just not a thing. This is where we built the muscle underneath. So that when Jayden shredded the fat, he wouldn't end up skinny essentially with no shape. We trained to grow muscle while the fat came off. As his coach, I knew he was dropping weight fast, which meant one priority stood above everything: protect the muscle he was building. As soon as I seen these results starting to come through within the first, for example, 4 to 8 weeks, I'm like, right, Jayden, we're gonna have to find a way to ensure that we keep this fat loss going, but we have to ensure the protein remains high. That's why we introduced a small tweak in his plan. That starts with high protein every single day, because the body can burn fat and muscle at the same time. So the body, so you know, it can burn fat and it can build muscle at the exact same time. Trust me, it's been proven multiple times. And we refuse to let that happen inside the Resurgence Promise, because we don't want for the body to be tapping into the amino acids, aka the protein, when it's losing weight so rapidly. So we kept his protein intake high to protect his muscles from being used as fuel. The result, as the fat dropped, definition started to appear. You should see his back, it's so impressive. Muscle tone stayed and he kept improving. Fat loss changed his size. Training changed his shape. Okay? Understand the training aspect of things, yes, it's going to really benefit him in time to come, etc. But that's not where he shredded the fat. That's where we're purely building the muscle. So he doesn't trim down, he's just not skin and bone. He's at a point where he trims down and he's got muscle to show underneath. So that is all three major points. In conclusion, what really got Jayden these results? First and foremost, Jayden understood there would be a sacrifice. He knew he would have to do things he didn't always want to do. Eat meals at times he didn't feel like eating. Say no to foods he really wanted. Go to the gym when motivation was low. Hit his steps even when he'd rather sit. Because those actions led to his old body, as you can see on left here. That is a summary of that, okay? Could not be the same actions that created his new one. Cause and effect, simple but powerful. He changed his cause, and effect changed with it. But if you want the real truth, The heart of Jayden's entire transformation has been his nutrition. I'll honestly say that hand on heart. A big part of the Resurgence Promise is the one-to-one sessions, but it's also the nutrition. Anyone that is going through a body reshape, your nutrition is absolute core. It's a heartbeat of every successful transformation. Training shapes the muscle, but nutrition drives the result. Please always remember that. So, what does this mean for you sitting behind the camera? Well, if you want to reshape your body like Jayden, you must make a decision first and foremost. In fact, right now, as you're watching this video, this isn't I'll eat a little better or I'll go to the gym twice a week now. This is genuinely, and I'm not just saying this, it's an identity change, an identity shift. I've watched Jayden change as a person. His confidence, his energy, his entire presence has evolved. And that only happens when your identity changes. The actions you've taken up until now have created the body you currently live in. Same here, same for Jayden. So your actions must change if you want a new result. And yes, that will come with sacrifice, no matter who you are. Doing things you don't want to do. Saying no when your old self would say yes. Choosing the future you choosing future you, over the comfortable you now. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, do I sacrifice a few short-term comforts for a life where I actually love the person I see in the mirror? Or do I keep choosing the habits that leave me depressed, insecure, and unhappy in my own skin? So, this is what I want you to do. Step 1, make a decision. Step 2, start learning the process. And you can use my content, etc. to do so. But I promise you, for the love of God, it all starts with a decision. That's an absolute fact. Right, here's how I can help you. Now that we've understood how Jayden's got his process and how Jayden's got his result and how you can get yours. So, if you're in the West Lothian area and you want to reshape your body, but you've never known where to start, and you've finally made a decision that now is the time, and if not, no problem whatsoever. You can continue living life how you want it. It's completely up to yourself. Then I have an opportunity for you. I run an extremely limited one-to-one coaching spots, and I'm not just saying that as a sales tactic. It's true. There's 34 in total, and they're mostly full. And I'm saying this at a point where it's the quietest time of the year. I'm recording this in December. By January, they will be completely gone, and I'm actually potentially looking to open up more, but again, that's not a guarantee. And all this happens inside Pure Gym Livingston. So, through my flagship program, the Resurgence Promise, this will be the leading body reshape program in West Lothian, and I promise you, and soon Scotland. And then I promise you, the entire UK. So if you want results like Jayden and beyond, all you have to do is click the link in the description of this video. Please book a short call with myself, and we'll find out if the Resurgence Promise is the right fit for you. If it's not for you, no hard feelings whatsoever. Like, this is the thing, is I want you to come into this call sitting thinking, is this actually something for me, and is it to be my potential next steps? So if it is for you, then we'll start rebuilding your body like Jayden has, and the identity that you've always wanted. So I want you to make the decision, and let's see who you can become. Have an awesome day.